Last time, Wild West, the Reckoning, the Spirit Chasers haven't gathered themselves within New Neanzaru to await Ed's impending arena fight and briefly celebrate the holidays with their loved ones. They all had an interesting time, each of them individually. And then finally, after some dinosaur tipping, some other shenanigans, the day of the arena arrived. Ed fought. And then we skipped ahead, and we're going to come back to it later to find out if he won or not.
Victory.
He actually died, believe it or not.
He might have. Who knows?
Died, that whoever killed him's going to be dead.
It was Jarvis.
Time to kill Jarvis.
Joke about that, man. Fuck.
Jarvis tried to kill the guy that was attempting to kill Ed. Accidentally killed Ed. So then Aaron killed Jarvis
for this mistake.
Yeah, but then Wilfred's kid killed me.
Yeah, by accident.
Yeah. Yeah. You hate to see it.
And Teddy was just trying to help.
I do have a question because I missed last week. What was in my present from Walter?
It was home baked goods. So like pastries, cookies, and muffins.
I got a new
Very
hammer.
good.
Cooked by not Granny Smith, but Mama Smith.
Right.
Mama Smith.
You still need to go save Granny Smith.
Yeah, but that's probably something to wait until Walter's back to do. So.
And also, we need someone who can cast Plane Shift because they're in the fucking hells.
That too.
Let's go find a Plane Rider Ren.
Yeah. Just find a planar rift to the to Avernus.
Yeah, there might be one of those around. No, but I guess for the purposes of this, we'll say it'd be the day after the arena. And what would you guys have been doing after that? Like, were there any big plans?
I probably would have wanted to check on, our buddies, seeing how his Christmas was.
Guys, Ed's fucking dead. What are we gonna do?
He's not dead. He's recovered.
All right, we gotta get to the druids again.
No, we don't. I'm telling
They're
you,
so much closer.
Better. Quick, we just need to get him hit by lightning, and he'll be fine. Or Frankenstein this shit.
No, over my dead body.
What are you talking about? You're part of it too. There's left leg.
Jarvis is going to turn the rest of the Spirit Chasers into a Frankenstein monster.
This ain't no wizard sleepover.
We slowly become.
You're not stealing my leg.
Ass flesh golem.
Oh, that'd be so fucked.
But I need to get my family home because I imagine Christmas break is ending soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need to get back, and then if I'm correct, Walter will be meeting back up with us.
I don't think he gave a date, did he?
No.
It was after Christmas.
Well, I mean, one of the things was that he might give me a code to get him quicker.
Yeah.
It was one of the things we talked about.
We can't do that because the Walter Christmas special hasn't happened.
Yeah, Walter died too.
Gotta get to the druids with Walter too.
Not again. Then The only other thing I could think of is beside it. Well, as for immediate tasks, we have the other temples we need to go after. We can go check in with the nerd, who was also displaced like Aaron.
Wait, why are you calling Jude a nerd?
No, sorry, that was Anton speaking, not Jarvis. I was just literally stating. Well, okay, this the time displaced individual. Also, because I forgot his name, which honestly is kind of appealing.
Didn't
we didn't
find
figure
out
out which one was his.
Yeah.
Did we or did we not?
Did we not? We did not.
Messaged him, but I
Can we
think he was
can we get the country map by any chance, Dylan?
Yeah, I got you. Just slowly dying over here.
So the elf is somewhere in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Fun.
What's your descriptions again, Jarva?
Okay. We already did the Snake Temple. We got the Louisiana Swamp, which I don't know, that would probably that definitely does not apply to the Underwater Temple, nor the Snow Temple, nor the Forest Temple, because the Forest Temple is covered in ash. So that's either the Grave Temple in a city or Grave Temple in a battlefield.
I mean, Grave Temple Grave Temple makes sense for both of them, actually. I mean, Louisiana could be either of the graves.
Now, the question is, for the case of Louisiana Swamp, has there been any major battlefields in Louisiana?
Make a history check.
I feel like the Great Battlefield is probably Gettysburg.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Could I make one if it for like real world wars? I wouldn't know about.
Yeah, but
that's like the only thing I would be able to do.
Yeah, but Gettysburg wouldn't apply in this case because that was in Pennsylvania.
Why would it apply?
That's in Pennsylvania.
Oh shit! Something's in Pennsylvania. I guess it doesn't matter.
No, for the case of the Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, yeah, you can make a history check though. Applying to quote unquote real world stuff. Oh, that's good.
Guys, it's actually from the Battle of 1812 when we chased the British down the Mississippi to New Orleans.
And then the future Canadians burned down the White House.
Did that happen in this timeline?
Yes.
It was before the reckoning.
Oh, okay.
It was before what we know of the split.
Yeah, so it's the War of 1812. The divergence was 42.
Yeah.
So that is a possible place.
But I would say that, yeah, you know about the War of 1812. And I mean, you imagine beyond for the general population, there's probably quite a number of veteran graves, like, as because of that.
Plus, there's just a lot of graves around New Orleans. Creepy place.
Hold on, I've heard of this being a thing, but in New Orleans, is there an unknown soldier?
How do we answer that? If he's unknown, we don't know him.
Good point. And also, I realize that statement doesn't make any sense because that applies to Civil War, not Revolutionary.
Well,
plus, wait, no, the Confederate unknown soldier tomb is in Biloxi, not New Orleans.
Good point.
And the actual one's in Arlington.
Yep.
Well, so my statement means absolutely
The
fucking
Canadian one's in Ottawa.
Oh, there's a Canadian in it? That's a very accurate
It's like
question.
from World War
I did not
One or
know.
two.
Well, regardless, we should probably go to Louisiana.
I need a tissue. I'll be right back.
We should probably go down to the Louisiana swamp, anyways. And then
I mean-
around.
Not a great place for some of our friends, from what's been said.
Right.
I don't
What's the
think we
guy's
should
name
just
again?
go to Louisiana without any like planning.
Well,
'Cause-
I understand that. I'm not saying we should just go right now without doing anything.
But that definitely should be the next labyrinth we go to. But
Oh no! First, we're going back to Austin.
yeah, but straight into Louisiana with no plan, like we're gonna have to figure something out. 'Cause...
Also, if we're going into the Union, do not. If we're going into Confederate territory, do not mention my last name.
I think it'd be more of a problem if you mention your last name.
I understand that, but I'm telling you, do not mention my last name. And it's not because
I'm
of
back.
something-
Shit.
Everything okay?
I just keep sneezing like a goddamn cannon. I know what's causing it too. I made popcorn and I accidentally put a little bit of cayenne pepper powder on the popcorn.
Oh, that's
How do you accidentally put cayenne pepper powder on popcorn?
It was next to the thing of the cheese powder that I have.
Okay.
I just kind of wasn't looking. I just grabbed it and then I was like, oh, red.
All right.
Actually, pretty tasty.
Well, if your kids need to go for one more spin at Children of Oogtalam before
They're done.
Are they done or is Wilfred done?
They're done.
I think he's been done for the last half a week.
Yeah, they have crazy tans. Been constantly going.
Help me, Father.
A lot of memorabilia too. I heart Uptown t-shirts. A hat that says "What up, my NWA."
What?
I would not have permitted them to fly with it.
Wouldn't make any sense.
I'm joking.
Unless.
No Dagoth inspired.
Ah, come, Nerevar, come. We are now in the land of America.
What up?
Unfortunately, Nerevar, this does mean that we are now ourselves the NWAs.
That's very true.
But all right. So, y'all head back to Austin.
Let me see. Let me see if I have. I don't know if I have materials anymore.
If you do
One
not have
second.
I can take us back to Austin. I think teleport has enough for all of us. 8 willing creatures. So 9 total. Me plus my family.
Oh, and so I don't forget, Marcus would have left the shield.
Right. Here you go.
Who's taking it?
Aaron Jarvis.
You're joking, right? Bruce is.
I'm not taking it.
What?
I can't cast spells and have a shield up.
I thought the shield was for you.
I'm not going to use it. You can use it if you want.
Nothing is for anyone specifically.
I do not have the knowledge of how to use a shield.
Oh, okay. I guess I was not expecting this.
Yeah, you can take it.
But you sure?
Yeah, take it.
Oh, okay. Jarvis doesn't know how to feel about this.
All right, I can use teleport to get all of us there, and we can bring a friend.
Let's steal a dinosaur on our way out.
What dinosaur would you even attempt to do that with?
I don't know, throw a rock in the air, see what it hits.
Get a female ankylosaurus for Kothar.
I'm not stealing an ankylosaurus.
Well, Aaron can shrink it, and then we can just put it in our pocket.
Yeah, but I think that still counts as a creature for the.
Yeah, but that I have
Yeah, but we
enough.
can sneak it
Oh,
out.
for carrying it, for carrying it. Got it.
We're not stealing an ankylosaurus.
I mean, how much does an ankylosaurus cost?
Because you know what involves doing with the ankylosaurus?
What?
Caring for it.
All right, well, when Kothar's crying, I'll tell him who to complain to.
When Kothar's desperate for a mate, we'll tell him that it's your fault that he doesn't have one.
Sure. Go on ahead.
Okay. So, if you don't steal a mate for Kothar, Wilfred will bamf you all back to Austin. Which
Yes.
you don't have to go through one of the circles, right? Because you're
No, we appear outside of the Telemel house.
Okay. You appear right outside of Wilfred's house.
Because I have an object associated with Austin.
Yeah, you.
No, people don't work.
I suppose a corpse would work.
No, that would be an object that would be made where they died. Would be where the object was made.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So if you killed someone in Austin, it would work. Then you just gotta carry him around with you. Chest of preserving full of corpses so you can teleport places.
That's kind of messed up.
It could be done.
I'll write that down for later.
Be a necromancer on top of it. So that way you could just animate them as your warriors.
I see no problem with this whatsoever.
All of their names have to be the locations where they died.
This one's Kentucky. This one's Dallas. This one's Michigan.
Is it just
More
it's
along
just
the lines
Zombieland? It's all just named after the city.
Yeah.
This crazy little bastard here is Florida.
No, his name was Tallahassee. Come on.
Yeah.
Actually, no. If he's crazy, it's Duval.
This one is my favorite, Missouri.
Missouri. Sounds like misery, don't it?
Oh, the misery.
Anywho,
But yeah.
So, how much prepping do we want to do for this Louisiana venture?
I said it's the
The next
next.
labyrinth we should go to. I didn't mean we should go to it right away.
Okay, then what do you suggest we do?
We could.
Well, he's got to go redo his grant proposal.
I'm working on that. We could do actually some bounties.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we
Earn
hunt some
capital.
doggies down?
Well, depending on the Ed situation, will determine whether or not I'm more for that or against it.
What do you mean?
I dropped 1,200 gold on Ed.
Yeah, but more so than that, it gives us reputation in the spot. If we do it for,
even if you won, you should still be willing to do it.
we can like get a gold membership or something.
Sorry, what did I miss?
I think we're going to both the hunters and the marshals to see what the bounties are currently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all
Unless
right.
I misunderstood.
Let's see. I'd say that you. Yeah, why not? You head to the marshals first. So you go along. All right. Sorry about that. I had to switch back. So yeah, so you head along over to the marshals, and by the time you make it there, you notice that this has been a bit since you've been here. The place has been reconstructed since the battle. There's still some places like where the wood didn't necessarily need replacing, or the stains couldn't be washed out to like its full effect, and there's a lot of like purple blood stains in places from the mind flares.
Be silver.
Oh, silver. Sorry, silver blood stains. And yeah, it seems that like recruiting's gone up, so they've replaced some. By some, I mean like maybe a third of the guys that they lost after that fight. But you walk into the.
Wilford does not make eye contact with anyone there.
Okay. You come up to the board, and let's see. Yeah, I think you guys. Yeah, you should still have access to this.
Oh shit! Billy Stump was a wanted man.
Wanted dead
Oh,
or alive.
And Flux.
And I think you guys are only capable right now of taking
Any quests?
you could take silvers, I think, with approval, but you could freely take coppers.
Yeah, we are. Well, I am ranked 2 at the marshals according to the sheet.
Oh, you're rank 2?
That's what my sheet says.
Okay, then you should be able to take silvers.
And then gold with approval.
And gold with approval, yeah.
Buck One Eye. What's the story on him?
Buck One Eye. Old Buck. Well, he got up to a lot of trouble throughout his years. This is Marshall Silver, of course. Started out small. Couple of B&Es, a few fly-by-nights. You know, the usual sort of bill dodging behavior. But then as time went on, he got a taste for slinging. Gun slinging. It's pretty good, too. Till someone took his eye. Well, that didn't sit right with Buck. So he decided that he was going to start taking eyes from other people. And, well, he's a spree killer.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yep. He's somewhere within the Republic. The last known location we had for him was along the western border with the Badlands. He moves in and out of there sometimes. We don't know if he has any association with any of the local gangs.
That was his last known location.
Yeah. Could likely pick up the trail.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it might be a better bet to go to the hunter's ass because like it's harder to find someone that's hiding versus these guys who are probably they know they're
Not
wanted.
wrong.
It's also possible that we could double up if there's a hunt in the same area.
That's true.
I would also kind of prefer to not go so far.
I mean, I think Buck One Eye is probably going to be the closest.
Question, Dylan.
Because Billy Stump is currently in the answer for.
Yeah, he is.
Does the locale of Glacier Break seem to imply the kingdom or the city?
The kingdom.
Okay.
Well,
big area.
Actually, to be
port.
to be honest, people who live in Glacier Break are aware of the fact that there are other cities within the Dwarven Nation. It is not public knowledge that there are places that are part of their, we'll call it protectorate, beyond just Glacier Break and Gate Town. So, yeah, I mean, as far as they're concerned, it's Glacier Break. He could be in any of the other cities.
All right. So, damn. I'm looking at the other contracts. Any of these closer, or last seen closer, as a gesture to Silver?
Well,
Flux is in the Anzaru. Stump is in the Anzaru.
Surgeon is in Oklahoma.
Cut the shit, Silver. Give us a platinum. We could take Texas.
we could take the Tanglin Sanguine. Let's go.
Texas the Red is in Texas.
even if I approved a platinum for your group, there is no way in hell I'm approving a diamond when most of you are at copper rank or silver at best. I'd be signing your death warrant. Now, Aaron here, he's got, well, no, he'd probably call you Mr. He-Mayor. Mr. He-Mayor here has a silver rank. You can grab a gold pending my approval. It's the highest you can go.
God damn it. Okay, so say we don't have your approval and we just bring the guy. What are you gonna do?
You didn't officially accept it from me, but you were acting in your capacity as a marshal and somehow managed to apprehend this individual by chance. Well, then I guess that would be quite an impressive feat. That not only would net you your reward, but would cause me to evaluate your current rank and perhaps even promote you based upon the degree to which your mission was completed. Sorry, your chance meeting was completed.
But you also get a cease and desist letter in the Cobalt from the Cobalt Caravan.
Well, then we definitely won't do that. Wink.
I swear to God.
I appreciate the enthusiasm for dispensing justice to these yellow-bellied cowards. But do be aware that some of these can be much more difficult than you're thinking.
Okay. We'll think it over.
So there's 2 in Glacier Break that, as far as we know, is probably just the 2 towns, though it could be beyond. Badlands is a huge area.
Way too much of a. It's way too
Texas.
much
Texas is a huge area. Disregarding closeness, the ones that seem easiest to find a lead to me would be the Glacier Break ones. Because, like, we know quite a few people there we could have probably asked for. We could ask around with.
We even have polls there.
I mean, we have pull in Texas too, to be fair, but much bigger area. Well, assumedly a much bigger area.
Yeah, but our poll is primarily just to the Austin area. Well, in Glacier Break, we are literally heralded as, well, heroes of the gate.
No, Guardian of the Gate, Hero of Austin.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Got him.
Now, are we
Get the
3
titles.
stars at the Hunters Association? Or are we 2?
Walter's
Right.
2.
My rank is Hunter. I don't know what rank that is.
Shit, give me a second.
And I am 1/10 of the way to next rank. Based on how the circle fills in.
You were like labeled like that.
Yeah, he said there's like segments around it that fill in after we complete hunts.
Yes.
Didn't we fight Oni? I feel like we did that. We did a fight with Oni.
Yeah, we fought the what?
We fought an Oni.
Yeah, there was the Oni that attacked over in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
don't
that
think
wasn't
that-
part of a hunt. That
Wasn't
was
No, but we fought one.
there was the Oni that was in Corpus Christi that was with a fire giant.
Yeah, what was the deal with that?
There was a contractor there. They were
Kidnapping people. That's right. Yeah.
they were kidnapping people.
I remember now.
Yeah. So for the Hunters Association, you first you complete a trial hunt, and then you are initiated. So you start out technically like before you have a rank as a candidate. You do the trial hunt, you become a cadet. After completion of 5 successful hunts, you become a hunter. And then once you have reached the rank of hunter, which is technically the second rank, you must complete 10 successful hunts to become a hunt master. And then to move beyond hunt master, you must complete a hunt against a chairman, which would then qualify one of you within your group to be eligible to become a chairman.
And then we disassociate, make a new group with the same members, and do all that again. And we can qualify someone else to be a chairman.
Can't Ed get
I
Violet
guess.
to, like, get us to 5 stars already? She does so much work.
I mean, so let me look at the hunters real quick.
The hunters need to be updated because we took care of the V-Rock and the Oni.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, it's been a bit for that.
Also, could I have the information on the shield?
Yes.
Because that was apparently just thrusted upon me.
See, I doubt any of the hunts are gonna, unless there's something new, are gonna be in the Glacier Break area, because we took most of the ones in the Glacier Break area.
Requires attunement.
Fucking Baylor's only worth 5,000 gold. I'm updating that.
What is that Ratnan?
That is a Grim Hollow creature. Pretty
Ooh,
sure.
let's fight some weird shit.
That's 5-star. We can't take it. I think the hunters is the same way, right? Like we could take a 3-star if we had approval.
Yeah. That is correct.
So like we could find out where the dire troll's supposed to be,
Or the vampire.
or the
Drake.
fractal golem.
Not the vampire Drake?
Oh yeah, the vampire drake. I thought that was done because it didn't have a money next to it.
No, that should.
I thought maybe one of the other groups took it out.
No, it's never had a money value.
Oh, okay.
No, that was Yeah, I'm updating some of these real quick. Stuff that's appropriate for.
I'm just gonna. This is weird. Now, again, Bruce, why don't you want to wield the shield?
Because he can't use it and cast spells and shoot the gun.
Yeah, I don't have Warcaster.
Oh, I thought you just grabbed that.
I'm a level 11 wizard.
Oh, right. So you're literally at the precipice of the ability score improvements.
Or feet, yeah.
All right, then shit. Oh, in the meantime, I guess I'll attune to the shield.
Okay.
That's gonna be fucking crazy, but yeah. All right. Well,
All right, I'm trying to update this a little bit.
so Aaron, anyone you feel like going after?
I mean, we're waiting for
Information.
George over there to finish changing out the papers on the board.
Yeah.
These were last month's targets, so let's see what their new shit is.
Oh yeah, they said that a bunch of the other groups took care of a bunch of these.
Right.
I guess the bulwark's been busy.
The bulwark's been busy. Yeah.
I mean, that's all they're good for, really.
I mean, they're gonna beat us to chairman at this rate.
Yeah, but at least we're trying to save the world.
That's oh boy.
I mean, as long as the bulwark didn't take down the Baylor.
No, they have not.
The Baylor's still there.
Ooh, Baylor? Want to go hunt a Baylor?
We can't.
We're not high enough level.
Fuck that. We could fight one.
No. I mean, you can. I'm not burying your corpse, though, because it's not coming back.
Well, funny thing, the shield is kind of awesome, and I really would love Bruce to have it.
I mean, I'm not gonna use it.
Huh?
Yeah, we just need to train
Maybe-
Aaron to use the shield, and that will buff his AC even more.
Maybe Ed can use it when he's got Balmo.
Well,
Is Balmung one-handed?
One, it's versatile.
Yeah,
That's
it's
versatile, okay.
versatile.
yeah, but is Ed even wanting to use shields? Is the
I don't
question.
know.
That's the thing. I would love Ed to use shield, but he's all fisticuffs and shit.
Yeah, he needs a free hand to do give and take, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
Walter gave me this badass dagger that it's magical, so it can help me out.
It's not magical. It's that's
Just an
technology.
It's science.
Metallurgy,
science
actually.
said that.
So if you do break it, it will require a dwarven smith to repair.
If only I knew one.
Yeah, it's a real shame we don't. Can't believe Walter crafted a masterwork dagger.
What a brilliant boy.
With a
Just
brilliant
wait until level
scientist.
17, then I'll truly be a master at smithing.
Yeah, but now that you're a dwarf, you get one magnum opus, and then you're, no point crafting after that. Well, while they're updating the board, I go over and talk with AJ and Charlie for a bit.
Okay, sorry.
Oh wait, has Wilfred met AJ and Charlie?
Yes.
Okay.
They're fascinating creatures.
Gotta go to explain to them about their mom going to the hills for a while.
How do they address you guys? Because I know you talked to them for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, because what they speak primordial, or they speak one of the primordials. I don't know if it's primordial or Orin that they speak.
Something like that.
Yeah. So you can talk to him. I can talk to him when I use tongues. And Bruce over there can just talk to him.
Though with a thick accent.
Yeah.
It's updated.
Starspawn,
From
Jesus
Weirden.
Christ.
Starspawn.
Where would there be any information about like locale on any of the 2 or 3 stars?
Yeah. So, open up the wrong thing there. Open up the martial bounties. The Bargist pack would actually be up in the area of... Hold on, let me look at the big map.
Bargeist.
Bargeists. Would be up in the area of Shushak. The Bone Naga, surprisingly, where you just came from in the Chilton Jungle, apparently it's been harassing people on the road between Canyon City and Nunyanzuru. The Etten is actually somewhere in native territory, supposedly like native territory outside of Iowa. Been harassing some people working on the rail line there. Let's see, the Earth Elemental Myrmidon. The Earth Elemental would be... Yeah. The Earth Elemental apparently has been appearing in Louisiana. The Fractal Golem, I don't know where that one was ever supposed to be. We'll say the Fractal Golem...
The further out you are from it, the more there are of it, but they're tiny. And if you triangulate it, you get to the center and it's huge.
Is that actually how it works?
No, I'm just making a fractal joke.
No, they do kind of like the Black Ooze where they split and you have to fight more and more tiny ones.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure is how it worked. It's been a while since I read Strixhaven.
Fractalize. Exploding duplicates. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll say people venturing out into the Badlands from the Republic. That sort of area is where the Fractal Golem would be. The Fire Giant would be within the Republic, along the border of Louisiana. There's a star next to it, and that's for good reason. There'd be like an attached form with information. God, I know that Ed wrote it down, so I'm gonna go look at Ed's sheet.
Are you talking about the name of that said fire giant?
Yeah.
Didn't we kill him?
I got you, bro.
You have it?
Are you referring to, as I look at my notes, Cordis the Kindled? Cordis of the Kindled?
I believe that was the one. You
The
you
fire
killed one of
giant-
them.
The Fire Giant Evil King?
Yeah. There you go. Cordis the Kindled.
Oh shit, we heard about him.
Yeah, and I would say that that a fair number that like apparently people had been sent out in an attempt to negotiate since it's like a more intelligent creature, and the emissaries were killed, and people have continued to disappear from the Gulf area of the Republic since, and even before, but like in more frequency now.
Clearly, the people they sent were not very good at diplomacy.
Or maybe he's not interested in diplomacy.
Nah, I mean, they were good enough. They'd make him interested.
So, Fire Giant hunting? Hunting. He wants to go hunt the king.
Well, and what about the 3 stars still in the Vampire Drake and the Dire Troll?
Yes, that is true.
Vampire
Because
Drake.
we could ask for permission for those.
You could. The Vampire Drake. The Vampire Drake actually, it would say that one. I'd say would have a star too. It would say report to Glacier Break Hunters Association branch office for additional information. And the Dire Troll. Yeah, the Dire Troll would be in Missouri.
I don't know where Missouri is.
But it's by Arkansas.
Okay. Or Kansas.
Wait, hold on. So we can go on the way to the Fire Giant, and then isn't that on the way to Louisiana where the next thing is?
And it's where one of the next things is, yeah. Be clear though, is Ed with us, or is he recuperating and in Nianzuru still?
I would say that Ed would be
Assuming he's
with
not
you.
dead.
Yeah, I'd say Ed would be with you.
I was gonna say we shouldn't head to Louisiana if we don't have Ed with.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
Yeah. I mean, should the fight have gone the normal with no surprises, then yeah, all should be well, and Ed should be here with you, the still reigning champion of the arena, and but we'll worry about that next time.
Yeah. So I mean, we could head towards Louisiana. There is the labyrinth there, and 2 hunts on our way. The Myrmidon and the Fire Giant. Glacier Break has the Vampire Drake and apparently 2 Martial bounties.
Not gonna lie, I could go either way.
We could do that if we want to wait for Walter to be back with us before we do the Louisiana labyrinth. I mean, I'm not making the decision for us. I'm just
No, I'm saying that I could.
putting it out there.
Well,
But-
shouldn't we do it before we get Walter back? Because once Walter gets back, aren't we going to help him with his gams?
Yeah.
No, that's if we happen to find ourselves in hell.
Well, we also got to go to hell with Marcus anyway soon.
When's your meet and you're supposed to be going with him too?
Well, we're all going now.
Yeah, he did invite us all. I thought it was like the New Year. If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I don't know that
So
we have time for Louisiana. If it's the new year.
let me look at my little silly fucking Yahoo moon phase calendar. Um,
When's next one?
what did I say? Saturday, and then you guys had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of downtime. So that was the day of the thing. So if you left, I didn't say. Did I say you left the next day, or did I say you left the same day?
We left the next day.
You left the next day. Okay, today is New Year's Day.
Oh, so we gotta go to hell.
Oh, we have to go to hell.
How are we gonna
Yeah,
go to hell?
actually, that works. That works. I could do that. I could. Yep. This is
Then
actually something that I had prepared.
Didn't what's his name give us a card?
He did. Yeah.
Marcus's friend.
Oh, good thing I tuned to the shield.
Yeah. He did. He gave you a card.
Maybe we can just use him to get there.
Do we have any other options? I think so.
I don't know. We could ask someone at the church. Maybe they can send us straight to hell.
What?
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if the doc has a potion that sends you straight there.
Probably the hard way though.
Ugh.
I mean, I do have one more favor I can cash in to get us there as well.
I would save it.
Yeah, that's pretty valuable. I mean, we could just see what this guy is gonna ask of us to get there. But also, wait, I could just send Coulter, and because Coulter invited us, so he might just like lay out the red carpet.
I mean,
This is also an option.
Right? That makes sense. Yeah, you invited us. You should get his butt to send us a limo or something. Whatever the fuck a
I
limo is.
thought you weren't very happy with Coulter after the drinks.
Well, I get to go there. I'd rather get there not having to make a deal with the other guy.
True.
All right, I'm gonna cast sending.
Yo, Coulter, we're ready to come.
I'm going
Oh.
to say, fuck you, bring us to hell, and then I'm gonna repeat that a bunch of times.
Fuck you, bring us to hell. Fuck you,
Okay.
bring us to hell.
Oh,
You can say it 4 times and then have one word left over.
Fuck.
fuck. Okay.
I like to imagine you just keep muttering it under your breath after that.
Fuck
I
you,
never stop.
Bring us to hell. Fuck you, bring us to hell.
All right.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
I have to
alright.
roll a d20 first.
Yeah, roll a d20. If it's a 1,
Oh,
it
yeah,
fails.
yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
good.
Unless
Hears
he's
it
in
twice.
unless he's at the town.
For that 20, he hears it in
yeah.
stereo.
No, but yeah, that's right. I kind of figured Marcus would bring you, but sure, why not?
I don't think Marcus has an easy way to hell other than banishment.
No, yeah, he doesn't. And you know what? Where's Marcus Misery?
Oh, the misery.
Oh yeah. Wait, I
Wait.
might have to get rid of some people here.
Forgot about
Is
full rest.
Is Wilf going with us to hell?
I guess so.
Wilf, you didn't get a choice in this or time to tell your family. It just kind of happened.
All right, so you would all. The best way I could describe it is like you would send him and the business card that Coulter had given you ages ago, not this other guy, would flash green and sort of like spin on an angle, and then you'd all feel yourselves sucked into it, and then you would just pop up in this place. This massive fucking platform with a bridge stretching out over effectively a lake of lava. You'd see these two massive devil-like creatures, whatever the hell that thing is, underneath
Lemore.
Coulter's feet on the throne.
It's the best
and-
job a Lemore can have, being Coulter's
And then-
footrest.
Yep, and then there's just this little imp holding a wine glass, like on a silver plate.
This looks familiar.
Yeah, let's put this looks familiar. Does it?
I mean,
We'll put Ed and Jarvis in here.
year in hell.
Yeah, you did every year in hell.
That
Right.
was actually his footrest for the entire year.
You would have gotten off easy.
Alright, there's a chance he could have killed you. Because, no, it was the cupbearer he killed. That's right. And then a second imp came in.
All right. Well, the meeting time's a little different here, not by too much, but it's not quite the new year yet, though I think it might have already passed for you guys. It doesn't really matter. Time is how we need it to be down here. Welcome.
Hey.
I'd look to get Wilfred's reaction.
He's just kind of like wide-eyed and like, oh no. I never wanted to go to a furnace.
And most people don't. They're usually on their hands and knees, pleading in front of me, saying, "No, I'm not meant to be here. I don't deserve to be here. I was an absolute saint in life." And frankly, they're usually full of shit. Though sometimes they're not. And those ones are the fun ones. But I'll have Timothy here direct you to a waiting room. And you watch as the little cupbearer, the little imp, flies forward and just indicates that you follow him. He speaks not.
Get ambition out of here, Bean.
Yeah, fucking ambition. You're not here. You're in the other part of Avernus.
She's currently giving decanter of endless water to Manuel.
You just permanently fucking giving him water.
No, you just gotta get him used to it until you use the to give him one of the 2 bottles of holy water you got as a starting item.
You're awful.
Just because I think it's a fun
It won't
idea.
kill him. It'll hurt him a lot, though.
Can I ask the staff their thoughts on the whole situation?
Sure, why not?
Hey, what do you guys think of this whole shenanigans right now?
I told you to go to hell a few times already.
Well, yeah, but now we're here.
We didn't expect that. I already did expect it. That's why I'm the true half. And then the other one just doesn't seem like he even wants to fight him right now.
Am I getting the sense that he really does not want to be here right now?
A bit, yeah.
No one really wants to be in a ver.
Yeah, no one wants to be an Avernus. Are you kidding?
So I'm just gonna keep my thoughts to myself and just keep an eye out for any shenanigans.
Alrighty. Did you... You made a...
Hmm?
You made a lot of shit. No, sorry, I'm just,
Well, yeah, I made stuff for each path that they could have gone, and then they didn't. I mean, there could have been a boat tour with Servak Anchev, but nope.
Nope. But I'll say that the imp leads you from the throne room up a series of stairs, then down a series of stairs, and through a couple of hallways until eventually he would bring you to a waiting room.
So, you enjoy hell?
It's hell.
Sounds about right.
Can be enjoyable. Have a pretty good job as cupbearer. Last one got killed.
Oh, shit. Any perks?
Not having to fight in the blood war.
Yes, yeah. Not having to fight in eternal war, first and foremost. Second, sometimes when Master not pay attention and I on the way to go refill the wine.
You should probably hold your tongue.
I know it's fine. He not listening anyway. He would never listen to Timothy.
Okay.
He didn't listen to the last 6 cupbearers either.
No. Just shot them. But he would like slowly start like setting out a little bit of a spread, just some, just some like snacks and some wine.
After seeing what that drink Coulter gave everyone at the bachelor party, Wilfred is not touching anything.
I will say it does not look like the 9 steps. It just looks like regular wine, but that's fair.
Anything particularly sticking out from the wine?
It's very clear. Like it has like a high level of clarity, which would like be indicative of
Was it like moonshine wine?
high alcohol and then like well made, but also like it's strangely, despite its clarity, like a very deep red. If that makes sense.
Can I ascertain whether or not it is enchanted or anything in the sense that imbibing it would cause negative effects?
Sure, you're looking for an enchant. Make an Arcana check.
And guidance. 18.
Doesn't seem like anything about it is poisoned or anything like that. You don't think it'll negatively affect you?
All right. I take a sip.
Okay. Yeah, pretty high content, but quite delicious and almost addicting.
At that note, Jarvis stops drinking it.
Hey, I've already got that. I'll take a swig.
This is real good.
I'm pocketing it.
You're okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, once I start sensing the feeling, ooh, I want to drink a lot more of this, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Because paranoia.
But I'll say that what feels like quite a while goes on, and you only mainly see Timmy, and he just, if anything ever needs replacing, he replaces it, but otherwise he just kind of like goes off over to the side, and you think he might be taking a smoke break, except like he's kind of like got your back, got his back to you, and like you do occasionally see some smoke, but like you don't actually like see him hold like a cigarette or anything like that off to the side. But yeah, after what feels like, geez, like it feels like hours at this point, Timothy would just like turn around and go, okay. Seems like some of the others have arrived. I am to bring you to meeting room. You are masters plus ones, except for you. He points to Bruce. You are pathetic losers plus one. So you may sit next to him or
Okay.
stand.
That is a statement.
Is what Master said. And then he'll just start like leading you back through the maze that is this place. I gotta find. There he goes. Do 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 do. Yeah. That works. Now, give me the thing. Give me the thing. No, that's a fucking bed. I don't need a bed. I'm sorry. And we put that on that and that. Alright, let me move you all over. Alright. So Timothy would lead you in to this pretty well decorated room. And you'd see this big, massive table with Coulter seemingly sitting at the head, Markus over to his left. No one else has arrived yet. And yeah, where's the little cupbearer? Where is he? Oh, that's Owen. Oh, yeah, you just renamed a fucking. God damn it!
Yeah,
I can't
it's
find.
it's a normal imp that I gave a name, Cupbearer.
All right, here we'll just put a regular imp in there. He floats nearby. Coulter would just kind of sit there, not really saying too much or doing anything, but you could see that like Markus is staring daggers at him.
Yeah, I'll stand behind Marcus and do the same.
Stare daggers at Coulter. Okay, yeah. He'll look at you every so often, and then like you almost see like this little bit of pain, like he's not quite sure what he did to upset you.
I can't imagine.
I'll stand behind Marcus for totally non-radius related reasons.
Non-radius related. Okay.
But we were told that we were supposed to be with Coulter if we weren't Bruce, right?
Oh yeah, I guess I'll be here.
Yeah, you could stand, or like the chairs are available for people to sit.
Take one of the chairs belonging to a different set. Do it, Wilfred.
Become a sin.
I stand
Yeah.
here, and I also stare at Coulter, but at the back of his head.
His head turns 180 degrees.
Not so much daggers, but staring.
I'll say that behind you, the mirror would flash, and familiar-looking old man would come over, give you all a nod, and take a seat.
I'll nod back.
Okay. Yeah, let me see if I could just find one more. Thing real quick. The mirror would flash, and you would see this individual walk out and take a seat. And yeah, I don't quite have one for this last one. I was gonna try and transfer it over, but
Morty.
we'll go with
That's right.
this
That's up on the board.
featureless one, and I'll come in and sit over here.
Are they all humanoid in nature?
So let's see. I gotta get my thing for this real quick. Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba. So, the old man. I think I had said that you had seen his appearance change, and that he was a green tiefling. So you know that he just adopts other forms. You're not quite sure what his original form is. It might be that of the tiefling. Hell, it might even be the old man.
Someone blast him with Moonbeam.
Yeah, no. Halter, for the most part, humanoid. I mean, he's got that nasty burn scar on his neck, and his eyes are fucking eerie. And I'd say you notice too that like when all of them come and sit down, that like each of their eyes would begin to glow a respective color if they weren't before. So the one to the north, the old man, his eyes would flash orange. Coulter's would be that sort of like neon green. Marcus's would be almost like a pink. And the other one over there, I would say, yeah, it would be purple. And then this one right here would just be red. And this guy, because I couldn't find the art for him, you would see what looks like a young half Native American man wearing sort of like farmhands clothes. He's very like well built. Like he's pretty muscular like Ed. But strangely also like lithe at the same time. And when he walked in, you notice that he is like beyond strapped up, but nobody tried to like check him for any weapons or anything like that. Like he has like a bolt action rifle slung over his back, multiple tomahawks attached to his belt, what looks to be a rusted old cavalry saber like on the opposite side of the tomahawks, a pistol kind of like in one of those holsters, but like a sideways facing holster, almost like at a slight sideways angle, like directly in the front. Yeah, it's tomahawk missiles. And yeah, it's weird. Like he seems calm in terms of like facially, like how he presents himself. He's almost like stone. But you notice, because it doesn't take much to notice this, he seems to be shaking.
Like he doesn't want to be here.
Could be.
Or just shaking in rage.
Could also be.
Can I make an insight check to determine his general feel of why he's shaking?
Sure. Look at this dude.
That is the face. General guidance again, unless I'm gonna get shot.
Probably best not to be casting spells right now.
Technically, it's a spell onto myself.
But he'd be sitting there.
But they also are probably smart enough to realize this dude is not dumb enough to do anything to us. So I think I'll be safe of it and just in guidance.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to.
Guidance.
Bang.
You die.
He is shaking with excitement because he just won the lottery.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. But Coulter would take a look around at each of them. And then just kind of...
Two
Yeah,
are missing.
well...
There's pride missing, of course, but where's the sixth sin?
Yeah. Wait, are you saying this in character, or you just asking that above board?
Above board.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Coulter just go, well, it's not like I didn't expect it to go that way. I guess, we'll have to start without him.
As Bruce takes the seat of the last sin. No, I'm kidding.
And then at that point,
secret pride all along.
the portal would flash, and
Oh, this guy hates us.
he would come out. Yeah, he'd give you all a look. Come around, sit right across from him.
Ed probably
yeah.
would recognize him.
Oh yeah, Ed would totally recognize him, which Ed would be here. I don't know where Ed would be standing, but we'll just put him down there for right now. Probably, yeah, you know, I feel like he'd back up Marcus. He'd be standing with him.
But once everyone is here, I'm going to psionically cast an extended spell of Detect Thoughts. So for 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second here. I gotta go use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll jump into this.
They're actually all under the effects of a permanent mind blank.
I know this guy, his thoughts can be read. Unless he's changed something.
Or this room is special.
Oh yeah, this room is special, yeah.
Alrighty. Let's kick this off. So Coulter would look over at Mordecai. Well, didn't expect you to show up. Figured you'd send a representative like you always do. Mordecai just shrugs. Okay.
What was his thoughts behind that shrug?
His thoughts behind that shrug. You're lucky that I even graced you with my presence. The Coulter will then... you watch him pull out what appears to be coin made out of some sort of dark iron. And he sort of like pinch it between his thumb an index finger, holding it by like the edge, so that like the face of the coin is like facing towards him and the tail outward. And then you'd watch as he would just flick it, and you would hear like a resounding "bing," and when it does, it would glow green, and he would toss it into the middle. You'd watch as each of them would do something similar. They'd each pull out a soul coin, hit it, and it would begin resonating with their respective color. They all get tossed in the middle. um, and then Coulter go. All right, well, no tricks. We all are who we say we are. So let's get this thing started. First and foremost, some of you are in new bodies. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure we all know who each of us is. I've gathered you here to discuss it, the thing that we've all been hearing. You know of that which I speak, the calling. I'm not quite sure when it began, but since it's begun, it can only mean one thing. Now, the question is, where do each of us stand? Ignacio would stand up. I am of the school of thought of allowing things to just play out. I don't think we need to commit ourselves to any sort of action as of yet. And as far as I can tell, it'll only influence, as he looks towards each of you, their world. But if we remain here, the storm will pass. He'll sit down, and the other one over here will just yawn and go, I second that.
Oh, he's sloth.
Yeah. And then he kind of falls asleep very briefly, but he keeps kind of like nodding off and waking himself up. Markus would stand. Honestly, I have a connection to that world. Multiple connections, as he kind of fondly looks at you guys. I'd rather not see it go through any further tribulations. But something big is coming. And while we don't know what, I think it would be best if all of us work towards stopping it. So, as to maintain the status quo. Prevent the end so that business might continue as usual. The shaky one would kind of jolt up before Markus even gets to sit back down. Whatever leads to a good fight, that's what I'll choose. And then he sits back down. Coulter and Mordecai. They're back and forth at each other for a little bit. Also, I'm sorry. I know I kind of like went through them in quick succession. Were you listening to any of their thoughts during that point?
Yes, I'm listening to all 6 of them as best I can when they're speaking.
Okay. I'll say, for when Ignacio stood up, surface-wise, he would have been thinking, he knows, doesn't he? He knows that Mordecai influenced this to begin. The unnamed tired one that you assume to be Sloth seems to just be thinking of nonsensical things. Do you think it's almost like you're seeing like a half of a dream? Yeah, 1 sheep, 2 sheep.
3 sheep, blue sheep.
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. And as for the as for Marcus, you didn't really hear anything like out of the ordinary. It seems that I guess what you would have heard from Marcus would have just been like, I don't fully understand what's going on here because it hasn't been explained to me, but I don't want my friends or the world that I grew up in to be destroyed. But the native dude that you think might be Wrath, whatever lets me finish. Sorry, whatever lets me finish my mission of vengeance. I will bathe in their blood. They will pay for what they did. And yeah, that's what you get from them for the time being. I'll say up until then, Coulter hasn't been directly thinking of anything specific. It's almost more like a anticipation. Like, you just hear Coulter thinking the whole time, what's he going to say? What's he going to do? While he continues to look over at Mordecai. Mordecai, strangely, nothing. And, like, you feel a connection, but, like, nothing.
Head empty, no thoughts.
Head empty, no thought. Mordecai would finally stand. So, this is what you invited me here for? Another farce. You gathering all of us, attempting to make decisions, thinking that your place in the hierarchy is greater than it really is. I guess you're Avaritia for a reason. Without Superbia here, no decision can be made. Those are our rules. Those have always been our rules. Until he is found, nothing will happen. But you can play pretend at being king all you want, Coulter. Coulter would stand up. Yeah. You're right. Nothing can happen. Until we find Prime. And that was your job. You were supposed to find him. You can insult me all you want. Alright? But I know what you've been up to. I know that this is your damn fault. I know exactly where you stand. And you should know that your ambitions, well, they're going to bite you in the ass. And it's funny when he says that he kind of like casts a glance over at Marcus. Um, sorry, I had to take a little drink of water there. Mordecai would look at the rest of you. And what are they doing here? Who invited them? Marcus and Coulter both would just go, I did. And Mordecai would look at each of you in turn and then focus on you, Wilfred. And you would hear in your head, these newfound friends of yours have powerful enemies. Might be best for you to cut ties if you value your family's lives.
Oh, sure. Mordecai, threaten the observers of this meeting. Threaten their families. I'm sure that will go over great when the others learn of it. Oh, was I supposed to say that in your head back? I'm sorry.
It was like, do you get death glares when that happens?
He'd look a little pissed that you said that out loud.
And I was told I should shut up.
None of you should be here.
If anything, we're probably better that we are here.
Coulter, he would look at you too, Wilfred, and I'd say that he would look a little bit impressed.
I will telepathically say to Coulter exactly what Mordecai said.
He would like give you like a look of acknowledgement, and for the briefest moment, the two of them would lock eyes. And man, how do I explain this? Wilfred, listening into this.
Oh, they're telepathically talking to each other.
No, it's. Well, I guess yeah. Technically, they would be, but you're also not wrong either. You would just feel like from one of them an overwhelming sense of desire for everything, and then the other an all-consuming hunger, just like slamming against one another as they basically like death stare each other for a little bit. And then finally it would break. And Mordecai would just kind of chuckle to himself and go, well, another wasted venture. You're all indecisive. You're all cowards. When pride returns to the fold, maybe we can finally start making some decisions again. Until then, my search continues. Not like any of you will bother to help, since you've burdened me with this task. But I know what the rest of you want to do. Though some of you don't even seem to want to admit it. You'll try and play the hero, maintain the status quo, be the good guy. But you're all full of shit. Give in to your base nature. That's what we are, sins. And until you do, quit wasting my damn time. And he would get up and you'd watch as a door would magically form and he'd just walk out of it. Disappear.
Somebody seems to be in a pissy mood.
Coulter would look at the rest of them. Well, that old butt confirms it. So he looks over to Ignacio. It's about time you picked a side. And he kind of like does a sideways glance over at the other one. The sleepy tired man, Sloth. I know he'll pick whatever you pick. So, what's your decision? I will remain neutral, as I said before. Perhaps he can find pride and time to come to a more concise conclusion. But if he cannot, and there is no other choice before me, you can count on my support. Hear, hear!
What was Mordecai's thoughts about looking for pride? When it was brought up that he's been tasked to search for him.
You would have felt a lot of anger, and you would have heard him just thinking to himself, I'm surrounded by useless idiots. No one has managed to find him yet. It's not that hard. Yet every time that they do, he fucking disappears again.
Well, that
Would
deconfirms my
you-
idea that he might have been behind Pride's disappearance, but that is interesting.
But yeah, that's that would be what you got on the surface. Um, but yeah, Coulter, after what Ignacio said, will stand up again and all right, well, since that's been decided, and he looks over at Marcus, you currently hate him more than you hate me. Do we have an accord in terms of peace between the both of us? Marcus would think on it for a bit. I gotta ask above board. Did any of you tell him when you met up with him in Nianzuru that like, or even before then, like when you sent him to meet up there or whatever for like the wedding, did y'all tell him about like what Coulter did?
No, I don't think we did.
I think it was implied Coulter did something, but never said specifically. But I don't remember.
I'm muted. He knows we weren't happy with Coulter, but we never told him why or how unhappy we were really. Though he right in the Marcus misadventure we found the note from why am I 1 second.
You got to check ambition sheet.
No, I'm just stupid and can't remember a name I heard 5 seconds ago.
Mordecai.
Yes, thank you. We found the note that Mordecai was the one looking for the spirit chasers. So he knows that he's been hunting us down.
Yeah. So say Marcus, like in standing up to address Coulter, he goes, I have conditions. I don't know what you did to my friends, but first and foremost, you need to make that right.
Yeah. Bruce has been a bit unhinged.
Second,
Fuck you.
Dude, how much alcohol have you been consuming over the past time since?
He hasn't put that bottle down.
I mean, to be fair, he did die.
Timothy has just been
I
like bringing you new glasses over the course of this whole thing, Bruce, if you so desired.
Timmy boy, bring it.
Hey Tim, you got any Jaeger?
I don't know what Jaeger is, but I can try to find it. He comes back with like a bottle of German blood labeled Jaeger.
That's
He
okay.
was a hunter.
No.
All right. Well, that's all you got. I'll take it.
Oh no! I have more wine.
Please, for the love of God.
You
If
don't
something-
want blood.
If something is actually wrong because of what you did, please fix it.
But yeah, after he sets the first condition, Coulter just kind of gets up and I'll just say that like after because for whatever fucking reason they sit, they stand, they speak. Yeah, he'll stand back up and look. If I'm being honest, might have taken that a little bit too far with the 9 steps. Didn't expect it to turn out too negatively. Was just trying to make your bachelor party memorable.
Was that?
You made Ed be serious. That's fucked up, dude.
Well, I could make it go away if you want me to. You've experienced some time here, and that usually doesn't go over well for mortals. Honestly, that might have been a better gag if Dean here was finally getting married. Probably wouldn't have affected him too negatively. But I am sorry, if that matters.
Surface thoughts. Is he sorry?
Insight check.
Service thoughts. Yeah, he actually seems genuinely sorry. He he's like, fuck yeah, I went too far with that one. Probably should have thought that through better. I always forget how fragile mortals can be.
I did notice him looking with regret as he walked out of that bar.
Yeah, you did a while back, yeah.
Fuck you, bring us to hell.
You're already here.
Maybe, was there like a super hill or something?
No.
You're on
Like, what would happen?
Glass.
Where do y'all go? Where do y'all go if you die?
You know? Our sins? Back to the primordial nothing until a new vessel can be found and we're reincarnated once again.
I don't think that's where you want to go, Bruce.
Okay, sure.
Kind of quiet and peaceful for a time until you find some whining cunt that just died and, well, they apparently embody who you are and then you kind of assimilate them. We've all been a fair number of people since sin has existed. I guess humanity as a whole. Yeah, do you want me to fix the memories of hell in your mind or not?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Ed does. I think Ed only didn't get it fixed by the bishop because we didn't.
Okay.
Uh,
Alright.
But yeah, if Bruce is getting it fixed, I'll get mine fixed.
Walter does seem sorry about it, so Bruce will.
He'll go up to each of you individually and
Actually,
I'm
it's Ed.
sure.
Yeah. Mine's dependent on Ed.
I'm
because of the
pretty
flaw.
sure because he had said that he was.
Yeah, it was a chain of if Bruce doesn't want to get fixed, then I don't want to get fixed, then I don't want to get fixed.
Yeah, I think it was like Bruce didn't want to do it, so you didn't want to do it, so he didn't want to do it. So
Yeah.
if Bruce
That sounds
wants to
right.
do it, it all just kind of dominoes in reverse. So yeah, he'll touch each of you on the head. You would watch his eyes glow, and you would find that your memories of your time in hell and your memories of the fact that you did spend time in hell, but not quite. Basically anything related to specifically that, and
Why you touch my head?
you would also now remember, each of you, that the bachelor party ended with the three of you getting blackout drunk, and that a good time was had overall. And it wasn't until the next morning that, for whatever reason, Bruce decided not to get married. But once he finishes with each of you, he'd come back over. All right, done. What's the other one?
You feeling better now, Bruce?
Yeah, Timmy, get another one.
Yeah, what? Wait, why was he just touching my head?
It's a long story. Wouldn't worry about it. Timothy,
I
we'll
make
get
I
you
make a
another
deal
one.
again. Oh no.
So for
I
mechanical
can assure you,
purposes,
you did not.
is that flaw
Okay.
gone on Bruce now?
Technically,
But he is drinking the hell wines.
Which is
Yeah.
addicting.
yeah. The hell wine is, yeah. So,
Hell
like,
wine is a lot.
normally it would have required greater restoration to get rid of the madness, but because he doesn't remember why he would have madness in the first place, so there's like no trigger for the madness to exist, then yeah, neither of you would have that anymore. But Coulter would just like,
I think subconsciously they'd still have it until greater restoration. They're just not aware.
yeah, you're just not aware of it. Yeah, that makes
Still
more
the best
sense.
person.
Coulter, when you ask him for more, he would fucking shoot Timothy, killing him on the spot, snap his fingers, and another new one would show up and go, "Hello, M. Gregory. You want a drink?"
Wait, what? He just disappeared into ashes when you did that.
Oh yeah, when they die here, they die for real.
Oh shit, Timmy!
Or Bruce, don't ask for any more.
Yeah, I don't want to get this guy killed.
Timmy should have known better. He gave you the wrong wine. It's highly addictive. Gregory here, though, will provide you with beverages that will not cause you any hell-related trauma. Marcus, what the fuck did you want for your other conditions? Oh, right. Well, you know that Mordecai wants us dead. The spirit chasers as a whole.
He threatened my family.
Oh, he did. Well, I mean that should be further proof right there. So essentially what I want is you to make sure for the time being that he can't directly interfere with them. Look, you know I have power, but he's an archdevil too. If he wants to interfere with your friends, he's going to. But even though our rules say otherwise, I will not interfere if your friends decide that they want to interfere with him. If you catch my meaning.
Also,
Is that good enough?
seems like he has found Pride multiple times. He just disappears right after.
The last several times over the centuries, he's been tasked with finding him. This time around, he very well might have found him. But he doesn't stick around for long. He kind of dances to his own tune.
Why is it
It's hard enough.
his job to find Pride?
Honestly, kind of like looks at the others, and Ignacio gets up and he's like, I think it was my job for a while. We've all traded at some point, I think. It's just been his turn. And I don't think anyone's relieved him of the position because, well, he's a shit. They all just kind of like look at each other and nod.
But without with the absence of Pride, you can't really decide anything. It should be a job that all 6 of you partake whenever one is missing.
Well, when you need a council or whatever you call this, I guess, at least.
Well, in the past, when we've needed to get together, it's been for... To you mortals, I guess it wouldn't be considered particularly important, but to us it would be matters of some import. This time around, it's different, so I mean, you do make a fair point. Then again, some of us also have jobs to do, like me. Fine, Marcus. I'll Dean, whatever you're going by now, I will put in an effort to make sure that your friends are slightly protected. Do we have an accord? And Marcus will just nod and he goes, all right, good. First job. And no, I'm not doing this because I want to be in charge. You take Lucius and Tristan and go find Pride. And then he turns to Ignacio. And you. We have things to discuss.
Not to talk out of turn, but what does Pride look like?
They don't know.
Yeah, he
I
reincarnates.
thought
they-
insane.
Yeah, they all just kind of like look back and forth between each other. He's kicking around in a new body. I don't think I've seen him this recent incarnation. You?
Okay, then
What's his
No.
color?
I thought that is a good question. What is his semblance of color?
I don't remember. That's weird.
Maybe that's one of his little tricks.
How do you not remember?
No. I'm quite sure it was yellow. Fucking sleepy one. Tristan.
Isn't
Yeah. Tristan would just go, no, it was, white. And Lucius would go, that's not right. It was black.
It sounds like y'all's memory's been fucked with.
or maybe it's whatever color he wants you to see.
Yeah, like are y'all's colors normally the same, or do they change over time? Could that be what this confusion is?
Mm, No, I mean, mine's always been green. Which has always been strange to me because as he looks over to Tristan. I'm sorry, not Tristan, Ignacio. Green's usually associated with you. That's true. I've quite often heard the term green with envy. Yet you are green with greed. I don't know what decides our colorations, but they've always been the same. Me orange, you green. Luxuria pink. Acedia purple. Era red.
I mean that one makes.
If you'd like, you could try and think about Pride's color, and I could probe your mind and see if there's been any tampering with it.
Could that be even plausible?
Perhaps. Very well, young man.
Right.
Probe away.
I'll guess I'll approach him and say, all right, try not to resist, please. I don't think I could fight against the being of your power.
I'm strong as a thin, but I am nowhere near as strong as Coulter or Mordecai. They have achieved something that our predecessors have not achieved in quite some time. The title of Archdevil is no small feat. Not chicken pox. I just read that. All right.
Yeah, I'll dig deeper.
All right. You begin to push through this web of thought and information within his head, and he's trying to focus on the idea of what color was pride, and it's strange. He can't quite. He's very unsure. One minute he thinks it's one color, the next he thinks it's another, and it's strange. It's almost like there's like this block on trying to access a core memory.
Does it seem like he's been modified? His memory's been modified, or it's just there's are hypnotic suggestions in place to prevent him from remembering?
It's kind of hard to tell because, like, I don't think you can like detect modify memory.
It would be more like a weird ass investigation into the
I think
person's
like
memory.
a outside observer could, because like someone who's had their memory modified, if there's like a contradiction, it does its best to like make it seem reasonable to the person, but someone who isn't that person would be like, hold on, this doesn't make sense.
I don't think it would be like automatic though. It would depend
No, it
on
would
how
not be
good the
automatic for
person
sure.
modifying is and how powerful of a spell or other effect was used for it. Because what, like the base modify memory only changes a day, or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you go higher level, you can do bigger. And also,
it's
a
like a 10-minute time frame you can change, but it's a day back for the base level, and that goes up.
right. But like someone better at doing modify at what they're doing could do a more thorough job and change more things. Like you could cast it multiple times, for instance.
Yeah.
Or you could do a better job of picking what that 10-minute time frame is to make it where there is less inconsistencies.
Yeah. Shit. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for some reason. So yeah, so I guess I guess you would see probing it that there does seem to be some form of inconsistency, and you think that maybe something was blocked or modified. You're not quite sure which, and but I guess you would technically know, right? Because you can remove modified memory, right?
You can with
Did you-
Greater Restoration or remove Curse.
Yeah, so you would know that you would maybe be able to remove it.
Marcus, can you grade a restoration or remove curse today?
Yeah. Okay.
Mind casting it on this gentleman here?
Sure. And Ignacio would just kind of nod to him. Marcus would begin casting the spell. And then I will say, yeah, okay. um, he would kind of like go like, huh, right, yes. His color, um, his color is, and then like it almost seems like he loses it for a second, and then like just as Marcus finishes it, he goes, black.
Is that what he said before?
It's one of them
One
said
of them.
that.
That's what Wrath said before, I think.
Yeah.
Well, so now that's two of you in agreement.
But that also begs the question: why does Wrath remember it as black?
Perhaps they did not deem me worthy enough to block my memories.
That or something else?
Also, having multiple people with conflicting answers makes it more confusing.
Yeah, I mean, if only one person remembers it right, it's the same as everyone remembering it different ways. I mean, as far as getting a consensus, doesn't make a difference.
We should probably get moving.
I mean, yeah, we got nothing else to do here.
Oh, right. Before you go, he would pass out to each of you an amulet of proof against detection.
Oh, now I don't have to make more.
Should keep you protected from unwanted eyes.
A bit of an ask, but could I have 3 more, please?
Yeah. Until
That
produce
just
3
makes it
more
like
of them.
candy.
Thank you.
I don't normally do this without making a deal with someone, but I guess technically I've already made sort of a deal with Marcus. Keep someone on them for the time being. Just in case. Well, thank you all for coming. Hopefully you, I don't know, gain some satisfaction out of learning something. I don't know.
It did give us some insight into your guys' headspace a little.
I still have no idea what's going on.
That might be for the best.
Let's
But
just
I also know
say-
more about what's going on than you do. At the same time, I know less and more.
Sometimes the more you know, the more danger you're in, so I'd be careful.
The
Alright,
best thing I can say is.
But if I understand correctly, Mordecai is... He instigated this whole sequence of events?
well, I guess I should at least explain that. Mordecai, at least I believe, did. After the reckoning, when this place became available, we felt the call. And the first person that was seemingly here and decided to teach us about this new place was him. Can only assume that it was his doing. If it wasn't, then it was pride. But considering that, as far as we all knew, he hadn't reincarnated yet, it had to have been Mordecai, right? But it's
just
more than just that.
Was Mordecai dressed as a Confederate?
Yeah, he dresses very, very much like a Confederate major.
Oh, one last question before we head off.
What if I have more questions? You don't get to decide if it's one last
Okay.
question.
I have
What
one
number am I
last.
thinking of?
Okay, I have one last question.
7.
Damn, you're good.
And you can answer this if you wish, as that is your free will of being. What does you? How well do you know Pride and what he wants, or they want?
Most of us at a given time don't know what any of us want besides, as Mordecai so aptly put it, to follow our baser nature. We wish to further our own goals in the name of our sin. That's
Well-
typically what we stand for.
Then, what would Pride desire above all?
It's varied on incarnation to incarnation, but
Okay.
to be something more, I guess. The pinnacle. It's more than my own desire. I want everything. Money, sex, fame, power. But
You
him
want to be a god?
feels like too much responsibility.
Yeah. I just connected some dots. We need to get topside.
I still have questions.
I said Tom looks different here, so yeah, go ahead, ask away.
So
It's already
Mordecai,
next year.
he appeared to be a Confederate of some sort. And the Confederates seem to be working with the Drow, and the Drow are working with the Sepulchre of the Eternal, which is this scary red-eyed black dragon.
Yeah, that is
And Machina's double dealing with all of them. Don't forget that part.
Yeah.
that is one thing we are still trying to figure out.
Do any of
Unless
do you know what this dragon Sepulchre of the Eternal is?
So Tristan is just knocked the fuck out, which
Okay.
is this guy over here.
sloth be sloth.
Sloth be slothin'. Marcus knows some of what you're talking about because you've filled him in on it. I'll say that because I don't know if your detect thoughts thing would still be up at this
No,
point.
it's probably gone down by now.
Ignacio, pretty straight-faced. Coulter, I think you previously asked him about the Sepulchre, and he said he had no idea.
You may have looked into it since then.
May have looked into it since then. He doesn't immediately look like he knows one thing or another. And Tristan, no, Tristan's asleep. Lucius, he's he just kind of like jumps up from his chair and goes, I don't care about these Drow or these Confederates, contractors, or the Sepulchre. Ulysses and his men are dead. Now that this meeting has come to an end, do not get in my way. I do not make war for the sake of war. But what I do is revenge for my people, for my family.
You're not Wrath, are you?
Oh. Small mortal. I am. But
Okay,
Wrath,
I was about to jump a gun, but okay.
The secret eighth sin, vengeance.
No, I was gonna say
No,
no.
Secret Eighth Sin is despondency.
I was gonna say war.
it's actually vainglory.
War is
Um,
not a sin.
I know, that's why I was thinking based on his demeanor, sorry.
War is a horseman, though.
Yeah.
But he goes, I am Wrath. Of that much I am sure.
Okay.
But I must control what is inside of me, so that I might repay this body of mine. Halter just kind of shrugs when like you're looking at this guy, like he's like, I don't know. And
You're an interesting fella.
if we ever cross paths, as I said, do not stop me. And do not seek to claim that which is on my head. And he would walk through the portal.
Damn, that guy was fucking cool.
And why do I feel like we already know his mortal name?
I peed a little bit. I can't lie.
Gregory just flies over with a fucking napkin and he starts dabbing the front of your pants.
I could
What?
prestidigitate it away, but I won't.
But sorry. Your question was what to Coulter again? Just to rephrase that, I'm sorry.
My question?
Yeah.
What's the sepulcher? Do any of you know what the sepulcher of the Eternal is, or this dragon? This
Yeah, sorry, so I got-
scary dragon.
Yeah. So Kristen would go, fuck, I keep doing that. Ignacio, I'm not sure of any dragon, but this sepulcher you speak of, they are a more recently founded fanatical cult. Shortly after my arrival here, I began to hear tell of them. It seems that they are spread throughout this America. But to what levels, I do not know. I once met a man that claimed to be a member, however. He was an attaché to a wealthy businessman. A lawyer by the name of Octavian Tiber.
Is that the vampire?
Yep.
Yep.
Wilford doesn't know who that is.
Okay, the vampire owes us. Well, no, he doesn't owe us anything.
Since you asked me about it, that's about as much as I found out, as dear old Ignacio did. But a dragon? No, that's new.
I'll
You said-
prestidigitate onto the table what I saw from the vampire's mind.
They would both look at it and exchange a glance. Coulter would just go, don't know.
Would
Uh,
she know anything? The Undying Queen?
If you want to have a chat with her, sure, I could pop you right over.
the fuck you talking about?
She caused problems.
Wait, there's-
a lot of problems back in Faerun when I was just a child.
Undying Queen.
The five-headed chromatic
Oh,
dragon queen.
Well, to be fair, the
Oh.
Undying Queen is the Draco Lich aspect of her, not the five-headed.
Isn't Marcus good friends with her?
Yeah, you did meet her, didn't you?
Yes. And we had quite a profitable business deal.
is that deal strong enough to have us talk with them? Be honest.
Had she not offered him additional work?
Um,
she. It was Archie, I think. It was someone that she provided an extra. Oh no! I think it was Marcus that she'll call upon him for a favor.
Yeah, so he'll just. We left on mutual terms. I mean, look, if you want to go pop over and talk to old Fivehead, I can arrange that quite quickly. Especially if you'd like to go with them, Marcus, considering that you're so chummy.
Hey, aren't you kind of her boss in a way?
You know about that.
Try telling her that.
You try telling a five-headed gargantuan dragon that you're in charge of it and see how well that works out for you. Especially when she's the queen, slash goddess, and all the other titles in between of said dragons.
Well, why don't you ask your dragon buddy for some help? He can put in a good word. He's like the size of a state.
Calder would questioningly look at Marcus, and Marcus would go, now that you mention it, she might be quite grateful at the fact that I freed one of her children. And with one of the wishes that I had made a deal with her to earn in the first place. So if anything, that means she owes me a favor.
Wouldn't that mean you made her free one of her children?
Yeah, but I mean, it benefits her, right? So it's kind of like when you make a genie wish. If you free the genie with one of your wishes, then the other ones won't be monkey spawed. I'm not even joking. He told me that was the reason why he did it, because any future wish he thought wouldn't get monkey spawed.
Wait, now you're telling me genies are real too?
I'm pretty sure
Yes.
they are.
There's Jin, Afridi,
I mean, if I'm
Dal,
correct,
and what's the other one? What's the water one?
no,
Mermaid.
Myrmidon. No, that's the freaking water
No.
element.
I don't know. There's a water one. Yeah, air, fire, earth, and water.
It's a merid.
Merit.
Merid, yeah, they like to sing.
Technically, Bruce is, I think, part Jin.
Is possible.
That'd be air.
Ifriti. He's clearly fire based, not air.
Sure, why not? Dragon questions for the Dragon Queen. Have fun.
Wait, what?
And he snaps his fingers, and
Unfortunately,
Oh,
put you past Archon's
We didn't agree
past
to this.
Archon's security check, and you die instantly.
I guess we're going to see Tiamat. Oh God.
Why?
Oh, man.
Why?
I didn't
Yeah,
think
he'd
he'd
be
just
there.
send us.
actually, she'd be
RT.
there. Dead.
Can I get a little imp next to
Specifically, it would be manual.
next to ambition?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, why is that there?
No, not
He's
that one.
somewhere in birds.
What? Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, because Manuel was the hell of a boss.
Yeah. I got him. Hold on. Owen.
Yep.
Okay. Where the
you need
fuck
to drive the
did
thing every 5 days, otherwise it voids the warranty.
We just got out. We just got out of it. Here, drink some more of this water.
you just keep feeding him water?
You gotta get him. We're getting him used to it.
What about coffee?
So he'll drink the holy water without question.
Yeah. I'm bullying him constantly, except for giving him the water.
Alright, let's get Bruce in here and Ed, because you'd all be there. Alright, so you arrive instantaneously, and
I didn't think he. Oh God. Oh, by the gods.
Oh, and she's out.
Ask the questions.
no, she wouldn't be out, no. You would, you would just see a bunch of, dragons collected around, just sort of like roosting, on top of this like giant dragon skull. You'd see, this creature, along with this creature, over to the side, as the larger of the two bullies it and feeds it water. And I'd say, you'd probably see this dragonborn kneeling in front of like the skull and praying.
Hello?
You'd watch as like each of the dragons would
I'm
slowly
casting
lift
mute
their
armor on
heads.
myself.
Casting a spell in this situation.
Just self buff. Each of the heads would raise, and the dragonborn would get to his feet, turn around. Welcome. Oh. As he approaches. It isn't Markus. You know, last time you were here, the Queen was so happy with the deal that you'd made. I think you still owe her a favor. Have you come to pay your debt? Or are you only trying to increase it? No, actually, my friends here, wanted to ask her a question. Isn't that right, Wilfred?
Dude, you put us here. You gotta follow through now.
Look, it was just an idea. I didn't think he'd just do it. But yes, there's a thing known as the Sepulchre of the Eternal, and it's a strange dragon. And we're wondering if Her Majesty knows anything about this thing.
Eternal. Interesting.
Wilfred is terrified.
You know that among the Undying Queen, one of her titles is the Eternal Queen. But a sepulchre in her name. I was not aware of such a thing. Ambition. Have you heard of this sepulchre of the Eternal? Is this some newfangled cult you surface dwellers have come up with?
I was never on the. I was only on the surface for a couple days before I was brought here. Would she know any? Would she have ever heard that here? Am I
Likely
muted?
not. No, sorry. Likely not.
No, though never heard it here. Um, I was only a few days old the last time I was on the surf. Well, not the last time. I've only been on the surface a few days of my life.
Apologies. So easily forgotten. Getting used to new people here. You know how it can be. But no.
Is he is he one arm right now?
He has one hand.
Okay.
You are.
I couldn't remember.
It's 2 arms, 1 hand.
Do not call him Archon, the one-handed, unless you want to insult him.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking.
But a strange black dragon. How strange.
It had red eyes and breathed fire. And to my knowledge, black dragons breathe acid and usually don't have red eyes. I could make a image of it for 6 seconds.
You are right. They do only breathe acid. Isn't that right, Udrak? And the black one would spew acid like backwards and into the air onto the surface of the cave as it like slowly corrodes and eats away at some of the stone. But yes, show me this thing you speak of.
Yeah, I'll prestidigitate image of the dragon. Oh, that's Gary.
No. No. Something like this could only exist if the mother of dragons decided it would be so. But normally such things would be an abomination. I will commune with her. See what I can find out for you. You have piqued my curiosity. Perhaps it is a new species or half-breed. As he falls before the giant skull and begins to sort of enter into like a fugue state and starts chanting in Draconic.
Starts wandering around the New Mexico desert in his underwear.
Yeah, sure. No, not actually. Like how ambition's just like slowly creeping around them. He's sizing people up.
Yeah. This abomination of a tiefling with wings, 6 fingers on each hand, and hooves for feet.
Beautiful creation. I'll say that like a solid feels like 10 minutes go by and then finally like he would stand again, turn around, seem to have like broken a sweat, just kind of meander his way through back over to face you. It would seem that this creature is not of the mother. But it lays claim to titles befitting her. She would be most interested in finding this pretender. Only one other in the history of the realms has ever deemed to pair something with her. But this insignificant creature must be taught a lesson.
Oh, okay. Mr.
Arcad.
Mr. Arcan, what, um, would you mind elaborating on that?
It is as I said, this creature being related to a cult, this sepulchre of the eternal, and taking on a visage, one that only the Queen of Dragons would be capable of producing, a black dragon that could breathe flames. It mimics, it spits in her face. And since you have brought this query to me, she has demanded that I task you with finding out what you can about this creature.
Oh, well, what we do know is it seems to be working with the Confederates. Or at least the ones that are controlling the Confederates to destroy the world. Which likely would cause the death of any of her children stranded on Earth. So I think that would be not very good. In for I oh gee, I do not mean to imply what she would or would not want, but I imagine her care for her children who are exiled in such a vile land away from their home would not want them to suffer.
You are astute. You are right. She would not wish for her children to meet a terrible fate in a land so disconnected from her influence. So, then it seems we must amend things. You are being tasked with killing this creature so that it might not bring about destruction to harm her children. Go now.
So just keep doing what we plan on doing. Got it.
If you fail, however, the consequences will be most dire.
I mean, if we fail, we're dead anyway, so...
Yeah, it's a lose-lose scenario regardless.
There are fates worse than death, mortal.
Yeah. Side note. Your disability there, is that a curse base or just pure amputation?
Ooh.
I imagine
Ambition
takes a step back.
You watch as like he goes into like a full grin, all of his teeth, almost like the rows upon rows of teeth of a shark, and he walks right up to you, and you watch as with the one good hand, this, I believe it is made of actual dragon scale Fane Eater. Like it's
I
just
believe
a
so.
giant scale, and you watch as this axe just one moment was at his belt is now just in his hand, and he has taken it before you can even react, and just put it right up to your throat, and he goes, "Hmm, I think you know a thing or two about disabilities. You know, I've been in the market for a new arm."
Oh, hold on a moment.
And he
I go into my
just
bag of holding.
grabs your arm and
Wait, which arm is he
chops it
grabbing?
off.
Which arm is he grabbing?
He's not grabbing, what is it? The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is on the
Right.
left or the right? It's on the
Right.
right. Okay. Yeah. His left hand would be missing because the hand of Vecna is the left hand. So he
Right.
would chop the left hand off from the elbow down.
No. Wait. I was gonna offer you one that I have on me.
I mean, it's a little late now. He chopped your arm off.
Yeah, he's not even paying attention to you. As soon as he takes it off, you watch as he just like takes it and slams it into the stump. And
doesn't
all of a
work.
sudden, no. The flesh begins to heat, and you watch as like little veiny tendrils just like leap out and begin to attach to it. And then as it like begins to flow blood through the veins, the whole thing slowly covers in scales until it turns into an identical hand to his right.
But mirrored. Because, that's how left-handeds work.
Yeah.
By the Lady of
okay.
Mysteries.
All right.
Thanks. Looks like you are the one with the disability now.
Hold on to that thought. As I go into my bag of holding, pull out my other arm that I've removed the gun from and blade. I was gonna offer you this one. I was trying to be nice.
Maybe don't start your conversations with pointing out people's deformities next time, and you'll get a less visceral reaction.
All right. Is it possible to get that one back though, and I give you this one?
I think it's been destroyed.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
We'll have to see. What does that one do?
It's just an arm.
Nothing special?
You can make it special if you want to work with it.
Let's see. And he just grabs from the elbow and rips off the arm that he just put on. You watch as when he does, it turns back.
Oh, thank God.
And he'll hand it back to you.
All right,
Snatch
thank
the
you.
other one.
Yep. The cool thing about when attaching the arms, no matter if it's built like a right or left hand, no matter what limb you put it to, it will adjust accordingly.
Oh, okay.
Part of the enchantment.
Yeah, he'll just take it and like actually properly remove it this time so it'll fit instead of him just like fucking chopping it like he did with the other one, and then pop it on, and you would watch as the same effect would take place.
Yeah.
As the scales would return. And he would just flex his hand, move the fingers, maybe pop his fingers a few times, and then good. Almost like the original.
As Jarvis will put his arm back on. There's two components in there that are currently removed, but if you feel adventurous, you could probably mess with that on your own time.
Which components?
There's an internal barrel opening mechanism that once held the ability to house a 45 6-chambered revolver, and there's a on the above wrist portion there is a pop-out blade that you can adjust to be there again if you so wish. Maybe have some fun and try to figure out if your axe could work into it, but that's just if you want to get creative, unless you got something else in mind.
Something like this, and you would watch as like a scale not all that dissimilar from the one that Fane Eater's made out of, just like extends almost like a predator claw from the top of the arm, and then he just kind of like swings it around a few times, and then you watch as it like slowly sinks back in, and out of the wrist the barrel would point, and he'd shoot right at you.
Yeah, nice.
As in, like, he literally shoots you. Yeah,
You can try.
Let's see. Where's good old Arcan?
Also, he'd be firing with.
He's probably Arcan the one-handed in the list.
Well, now here's a weird question. He's technically full paladin, right?
I don't know whether you want to do today. Yeah,
Oh no, he's paladin barbarian. That's right.
he's something.
So he'd be firing with Dex.
Should be.
So let's see how this goes.
He's actually firing with Constitution, so
He's the chosen of Tiamat. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Well,
Get him!
Pink.
But
That didn't happen. I want to see what would happen if he shot with Khan. Oh my god, look at that! He shot with Khan.
Misses.
Yeah, well, with that shield now. You deflect
Yeah.
it, and he just kind of smiles, and he goes, "Wow,
Huh,
fine
nice.
gift."
Yeah, no problem, man.
Well, that's all I have for you. Go. You've been given a task.
Cool.
Ambition. There's that little creature of yours. I want to try this new arm out.
Oh,
he would be back. He'd be back sitting on top of the scavenger, being an alarm again.
Being the alarm.
God.
Spinning around, going.
I gave him a signal whistle for if anyone touches it. He blasts the signal whistle.
Come on, not much.
He's
For a new season on
he's-
Amazon.
over there, but I don't think he'd be able to take that weapon.
You're right. We'll have to find some other target then. Don't want to go ruining your favorite new toy. You're all still here. And as he says that, all of a sudden you would just hear a snap, and you would all appear in Coulter's throne room.
Okay, that was fun.
I didn't say send us there.
I was 100% ready to make Jarvis afraid if combat actually started against him.
I didn't want to fight him. I wanted to give him an arm.
Yeah, you did insult him, though.
You did that you had a real interesting way of doing that.
Yeah. The cultist just like, well, I figured you might as well just talk to the source directly. Don't find out anything useful. How is
He's
all
very-
5 then?
He's pissed to know that this entity exists.
She kind of gave me the task to slay it.
Huh. Wonder why she'd be pissed. Just a
Because
dragon, right?
It
not
spits in
hers.
her face, claims titles that are her own, and also shouldn't exist because she didn't authorize its ability to be black and breathe fire. Don't take that out of context.
Racist.
That's going in quotes.
It didn't authorize it to be black and breathe fire.
Yeah, well, that's, okay. Yeah, that sounds like her, getting angry at stupid shit.
Right. Well, I think it's by time we get out.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. Did any of you want to ask me anything else before I sent you back?
No, I feel like we've already stepped over our boundaries with asking you stuff.
It's probably going to
Like
be
a-
the last time you get a chance to.
I mean, I can't yet.
Well, he'd look at you and just go, "Well, you speak to me when you're ready."
All right. Then I'm good.
No takers? All right. Well, goodbye. And he'll snap one last time as the card would appear. And much in the way that you found your way here, you'd get ducked back in and popped back out in Austin.
If we're just gonna spend all night praying to Mistra for help.
Well, okay, he wants to hear a grand theory I have.
Wilfred's
And
Oh,
counting the
that 22
days, and
that 22 should have had his proficiency bonus added to it.
Oh yeah, it should.
Oh.
He's not proficient with guns.
I mean,
That's what you think.
he
I think I
fucking
gave him a gun.
he assimilated that into him.
Good
No, you
point.
gave him javelins.
Oh.
Anyways, I have a theory that I wanted to share, if any of you are willing to hear, involving both the seppuku and the
stop beating
eternal.
around the bush and tell us.
All right, I think Pride is the dragon.
That doesn't make sense.
No. It's an entity that is taking control and power and is essentially trying to be a domineering force and potentially causing a corruption to the angels and maybe ascending to a form of godhood through being a dragon.
The eyes aren't the right color, though.
We saw red. Doesn't mean that they aren't truly a different color, such as black. Doesn't mean we aren't under
This
the same
hinges
effect.
on a
I don't know. It's just a
things
theory.
are not what they appear to be kind of.
Yeah. But like I said, it's just a theory.
A game theory.
Yeah, I'm just.
Thanks
based
for
on-
watching.
It's just based on current events. It would line perfectly up with it.
I don't
Then
think it would.
in
but-
line with in line with the bit of the prophecy as well. But again, I might be overshooting. Anyone have any thoughts?
Uh, I don't know. It's possible. I guess.
Aaron?
I don't know.
No. It's okay.
Seems like a stretch, but I mean, I've we're living through Stranger.
I'm still trying to figure out why Coulter came over and poked me on the forehead.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
He did it to you too, Ed. What? You know what's going on with that?
No, I
so
don't
pissed
got
at
no idea.
It's better you don't remember.
Would Ed still be pissed at him, though?
I guess
No, let him-
the reason that he was pissed at him is not rememberable.
He's just mad. He doesn't know why.
Yeah.
He said I didn't make a deal. Did one of y'all make a deal with him to make him do something to us?
Marcus did.
Shame Marcus didn't go back with you.
Well, as the French say, c'est la vie.
Lavi. They didn't do anything.
Oh. Well,
Say lobby. Send me
Say
back to
lobby.
the lobby. Alright. Well, so say, with all that in mind, I think I'm going to call it there for tonight because I got to get up early. And go to work. So,
What happens next
And
week? Are we
I-
continuing with this, or is it the start of the Walter Christmas special?
I think next week is the start of the Christmas special. So then once that's done, we're going to have to go back in time to finish the arena to go forward in time to back to right now. Fun.
So Walter might be back by now. Might not be. Who knows?
Walter's actually dead.
Oh yeah, he totally died. He actually slayed the sepulcher of the Eternal all by himself and then died.
No, he tried, but Krampus showed up at the Christmas party. Whole family
Well,
massacred.
out of character speaking, does it sound probable?
I don't think so.
I do not buy this theory.
Okay, it was just
I mean, anything's possible. I do not buy the theory though.
it'd be funny if I got it right and we're just missing the proper information to make it right.
I mean, I don't.
See any connection between the two, other than the fact that we haven't met Pride and we haven't met the Sepulchre of the Eternal.
Yeah. you're
Unless we
right.
have met Pride and we didn't know it.
Yeah, the one demon had his eyes covered, so it could have been him, but he wasn't really prideful.
The real pride was the Walters we met along the way.
Yeah, but pride isn't manipulative.
But wouldn't pride not hide that they were pride because they're proud of it?
Yeah.
What if they also had their memory messed
And
with?
what if they don't know their Pride?
It's true.
It'd be anyone.
I just find
It
it
could
so
be that
funny.
kobold.
It could be that kobold. I just find it so funny because I introduced that character with the blindfold, and then like 3 of you just go, "Yeah, that's Pride." But now all of a sudden you're like, "That might not be Pride." Which is it? You were so fucking cocksure before.
I never said it's probably not pride. I just said we don't know.
Could be anyone.
I still think he could be pride. We just have to check his eyes. Because now we know they need to be black.
If we lift up the veil, his eyes are literally gone.
All right. What happens if I have seen him? What happens if I shape change into someone that I haven't seen their eyes, but I have seen them?
I don't think you'd be able to become their eyes.
I mean, he hasn't seen the bodies of people because, you know, their clothes cover it. So, like, by that logic, he wouldn't be able to shape change into anyone.
Unless it was people I saw at
What I
Ed's
mean is
temple.
that you wouldn't know what's under the thing, so you'd have to fill
But
it
it's a
out with your
perfect
own.
replica. So, like, I guess he could, technically.
I don't know.
I think you just need to be able to have seen, like, a majority of the individual, and then you can do it. At least that's how I'd do it. How I'd rule it.
I still feel like it'd be like trying to fill in the blank spots based on what information you know. But again, that's just me trying to view it from a realistic point. But
Wait, what are you saying? I'm sorry.
So if
If-
Aaron shape changes into the guy we saved with the blindfold,
Who may or may not be pride.
who may not be pride, would we be able to see his eyes?
even though he never showed us his eyes,
This would also determine whether or not we could judge Wesley Machina's cock size.
if he even has a cock.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh look, all you gotta do is you gotta
no.
figure out what his charisma score and his con score are.
Doesn't work.
Fucking hold on.
On that note,
hold
I am heading to bed.
on.
Good night. See you guys next week.
Good night.
Yep.